Jeff's done a really good job here at Pitt, and once again, I think he's got a really good team. Henson was unbelievable in the second half, really hard guard for us. But I'm proud of our guys. I thought our guys played well. Offensively, we executed a lot of things in the second half. I thought defensively, we did some good things in the first half and forced them into some tougher shots, but they had some tough shot makers, and that's something that they can do. So, again, proud of the way our team competed. To get a road win in this league is significant. Certainly happy to do it here. Questions for us?
What was the plan to handle Pitt's guards in this game?
No, just we know they run a heavy ball screen offense. Carrington is an elite player in terms of not only scoring but passing. We just wanted to kind of wear him down if we could, pick him up full court most of the night. Had a couple different players guard him and just make him work. He had a night where he didn't quite shoot it as well, but he still ended up with 13 and 6. And he's a terrific player. But I thought our guys did about as good as you can do, just trying to hound them as much as you can and force them into some tough shots.
Joe, you've played this team a lot in your collegiate career, and they've got the best of you more often than not. How good did this one feel for you?
It feels great. There's always that Syracuse-Pitt rival, so I kind of still have that in the back of my mind. But they always have great teams. They've always had great players, and obviously Coach Capel knows what he's doing. He's a great coach, and always has those guys ready to go. So it's always going to be a battle, especially on the road, like Coach said, in any environment in the ACC. But going here, it's always going to be very tough.
What got into you in the late first half? I think you scored all 12 of your first half points in the final 6 minutes. You start feeling it, or what?
It's just about picking my spots. Trying to let the game come to me. I know we got a lot of other great players on our team that can kind of go get their own shots and create for others as well. So I kind of just wait to pick my spot. Whatever the team needs at the time, I try and provide some energy. And a lot of times, with me personally, it's about making shots, open shots. But these guys get me open and get me to good spots.
PJ, how did you guys fight off the comeback that Pitt came, within 2 points in the last minutes there? How did you guys fight that off and come together for the win?
That's kind of been one of our strengths all year is having an older group. I think that having that kind of experience and be able to keep our poise down the stretch is a huge strength for us. And so going on the stretch, as we came out of that, I think like the last media, we kind of got into a huddle and said, hey, take a deep breath. Let's, keep some poise and go back and take control.
Can you comment on that same notion?
Yeah.
With a 7-0 run responding from a 2-point deficit is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. We have a lot of good players. I think at the end of the day, you try to put your guys in good positions, and then they've got to make plays. And I'm fortunate that these two guys, Chase didn't play quite as well today. Ian was a monster again on the glass. I just think we executed a lot of what we do very well. We came out, they switched to zone for one possession. We had a little set we ran that knocked down a 3 that was really good. I just give our guys a lot of credit. They've been through a lot of games. These two guys have played a lot of ACC games, and so if we can keep finding ways to put them in positions to be successful, more times than not, they're going to deliver.
Coach, how has Joe been able to fit in so quickly with you guys and bring leadership to the table this early in his Clemson career?
Well, he's a good player, number one. Our guys have a lot of respect for him because we've competed against him for 4 years. And then he's been a great teammate. I think that's equally as important when you're a grad transfer coming into a team that was successful last year. We won 23 games. Chase and PJ and Ian and all those guys were, heavy minute starters for those teams. Joe's coming in and really just trying to fit. He knows that some games are going to be games where he gets a lot more shots. Other games it might not be because of the way he's being guarded. He's a team guy. We talked about it during the recruitment. He said he just wants to go somewhere where he has a chance to win and be around good players and good people. And certainly we feel like we have that at Clemson, and he's certainly that.
Anybody on Zoom have anything before we wrap up?
Yeah, Brad, this is Larry Williams. I think you said earlier this week or last week, I guess, that this is the most unselfish team you've ever had. How critical is that in an environment like this where that really sort of can come forth and be a catalyst?
Yeah, it's a lot like last year's team was really good that way too. I think we have skilled players who are very willing to share the ball. And so when they are trapped or, when they see a guy that's open or has an advantage, they're going to, they're very willing passers. and they have the skill to most of the time to get the ball where it needs to go. And obviously we run an offense most of the time where the ball is moving it, and we believe in sharing it and moving our players a little bit. But obviously it all boils down to how much guys want to share the ball. There are times guys do and other times they don't. But I think this group consistently has proven that they're looking for, the great shot, not just a good shot, that we don't want to settle. And more times than not, we move the ball around and try to get a great shot.
Hey, Coach Trevor Rose from CUTigers.com. Chauncey played, I think, 30 minutes today. You've been kind of shifting your personnel a little bit game by game, depending on opponents. How good was it to see him play the way he did today?
Yeah, he got us off to a good start, making a couple shots, and he's an important player for this team right now. Jack Clark is, still struggling physically and really couldn't do much during the Bama game, and we've just decided we need to shut him down for a little while. Alex Hemingway, unfortunately, has gotten hurt again, and so we're down to 9 players, and he's really our one big wing. And so it's a great opportunity for him. I think he's improving, and we're trying to be patient with him, but at the same time make sure he understands that there's a tremendous sense of urgency, and that he has to play at a high level now, and we believe in him and think he can do it.
And Joe, as Coach mentioned, Ian had another monster game on boards, 17 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds. I think you are the beneficiary of a couple of those offensive rebounds with 3-pointers. How excited do you get about those opportunities when the guys can take it back out to you?
Yeah, I mean, those are the ones as a shooter, especially that you kind of hunt. And when you have a guy like Ian, RJ, PJ, and all the other guys down low who can go on the offensive glass and kick out threes, it makes your job a lot easier. So, I mean, Chef's been doing that all year. We see it in practice every day. We see it in the games, obviously. But he's kind of found something there where it's something he's really good at, and he's doing it to the best of his ability, especially as a late.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All good? Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, everybody.